I'm going to show you some basics of creating a survey online with Qualtrics that I mentioned in the announcement for Friday the 16th. So the first step is to go to the right link, and it's oit.utk.edu/research/web surveys, and I'll put that link on Canvas for us. This is where you land. You can read this stuff about Qualtrics, but basically you get it for free as a student. If you have not already created an account, like for your English 102 class, then you'll click here, and the screen you get is going to look different from mine. I already have an account. So when you click it, it'll ask you to set one up, but then once you do that, when you get logged in, yours will look not at all like mine because I already have all of these surveys that either like I played around with today or I'm already a co-investigator on. So what I'm going to do, and what you're going to do, is first click on Create Project. Give it a name. We're going to do Test 2 255 Summer 17. You guys are going to want to name it Salvation Army Audience Analysis or findings about X. Now, give it an actual name. So then you click Create Project, and immediately you get to start adding questions. Now the first thing that most of you are going to want to do, well, all of you need a little paragraph that describes your survey's purpose and how you will use the data. So I'm going to click right here and say I want a new question above, but then my question type, I'm going to do descriptive text. So it's not a question, I'm just going to say, thank you for taking my survey. This is for my English 255 class in which I'm working with whoever to find out more about people's perceptions of the work they do, whatever. All responses are anonymous and will only be used for the work I do in this class. No responses will be revealed to anyone other than myself, my professor, and possibly classmates who review my work. You can write kind of however you want to phrase that. So that looks good. Then I'm ready to write a question, and I just click on it. It says click to write the question text, and then over on the right are all of these really cool options for what I want this to be. First, as always, just sort of defaulted to multiple choice for me. So I'm going to go into where I've created a sort of mock survey, copy my first question, which is multiple choice, and then just paste it in here. How awesome is public writing class? And then I can also copy and paste my answer choices. It's the most awesome of all the awesome. Oops. Let's try that again. It's awesome sauce. And it'll automatically, if you hit enter on your keyboard or return, it will automatically give you another question choice, enter, or again return, whatever it's called on your keyboard, and you just keep copying and pasting. Okay, now again, I could have, if I didn't want to just hit enter and let it add me a new one, I can pick the number of answer choices I have here. So I can do like 6, 7, 8. I can reduce them. I can tell it that there's only one answer here, that there are going to be multiple answers. I can make it look like a drop-down list. I can make it a multi-select box. I would just do it either single or multiple, depending on if there's one or more answers. I'd leave it at vertical over here in terms of the position. It's just kind of the expectation. You can force a response, which means they have to answer it. They can't move on unless they do. There are reasons for and against that. It's your call, honestly. Okay, so my first question's done. I want to create a new question. So I can click right here, which will automatically add it below. But over here on the side, if I do that, it adds one above. Okay. So I've got another multiple choice, but I really want to do one of those scale questions, like on a scale of 1 to 10. Those are in this called a matrix table. So you do that. Statements. This would be, like I sometimes get surveys from companies. I do it with Kroger all the time, and they'll have all the different departments written down here. How satisfied were you with your experience in the deli, produce, the canned good aisles, or whatever, dry goods, I guess, and so on. For most of you, you only have like one scale question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here. How awesome is your rhetorical analysis paper? Paste it in. And then I'm going to tell it I only need one statement. No, it doesn't do 0. Oh, I could do 0. I could do 1 and say the paper as a whole is however awesome, right? Scale points, this is the 1 to 5. So least awesome, and you can copy and paste here too. Less awesome, awesome. And again, if I just hit enter, it keeps adding. More awesome, most awesome. Boom. Okay, but then I hit enter just out of habit. And so right here I can remove it, or over here I could have just gone back down to 5. You don't necessarily need labels. Keep it at a Likert type. Single answer, yes. Make it mobile friendly, of course. And again, you could force the response, your call. And then the other type of question that you guys might use is a text entry, where people have to type in their answer. Let me get this one off. Copy. Paste. Now here, do you just want them to have enough room to write a sentence, a couple of sentences, or an essay? And I always make these essays. People can just write a little if they want, but if they have a lot to say, they've got the room to do it. Again, you could force a response. Right here, validation, you could give it a minimum or a maximum length. Like they have to hit the minimum or it won't take it. They can't go beyond a maximum. I just leave it, to be perfectly honest. Okay, now you'll see I went from question 1 to question 3, and that's because I added 1 and took it away, remember? And 3 to 5, same thing. I can, oh, there's my 2 weird, oh, because that was already there and I added 1. So what I want to do next is think about my survey options. When I go in here, I'll save and continue. That just lets them save it and then come back to it. I would not add a back button. You want people's first kind of gut reactions to these questions. You don't want them to go back. You don't need the question numbers. You can have them do a progress bar if you want, your call. Allow anyone to take it because the way we're going to distribute it is through an anonymous link. You want to secure stuff. You don't want search engines to have access, so just leave all that stuff as is. You're going to click survey expiration though, and you want to set the expiration date. I would do it at like 8 a.m. the day after you guys are supposed to have them have answered everybody's, which I think that makes it the 21st. You might double check that. Okay. And so you can see it right there. Default, all the rest of this stuff, I just leave it. Except partial completion. Should somebody just do part of yours, I would record their responses and 24 hours after their last activity, and then hit save. Okay. If you are concerned, that wasn't what I meant to click. Sorry about that, guys. If you're concerned about the question numbering, you can go under Tools and Auto Number. And it'll fix that. You can also, I didn't show you this, add display logic or skip logic. So on this one, a lot of you guys have if yes, answer this question, if no, tell me this. That would be skip logic. So if they answer this, then they would skip to question 5. But if they answer this, they would skip to question 3. And then when you preview it, you'll see they don't actually see these numbers. Those are really just for you. And we'll preview it. I always recommend you preview. Make sure it looks like you want. See, there are no questions. You can see what it looks like on a mobile phone as well, which is really nice. So let's do that. Blah, 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 blah. And it doesn't record your responses when you're previewing. We can see the thank you message, the end message. If I do that, it'll show me how it skips and so on. We can close my preview. And then I can also do when I've got it looking like I want it to look, all my questions do what I want them to do, I can go to distributions, and we're going to do web and an anonymous link. And you'll just copy that and you'll paste it into blog number 5. And I think that's everything I wanted to show you guys. If you run into trouble, I'm going to post the help guides. I'm going to post this video, but you can always shoot me an email. Okie dokie. And then I will post another video to show you how to do this data analysis and get the reports once we've gotten going with the actual distribution. Okay, thanks guys.